Penguin Random House Audio presents The Death of Truth: How Social Media and the Internet Gave Snake Oil Salesmen and Demagogues the weapons they needed to destroy trust and polarize the world, and What We Can Do About It, by Steven Brill. Read for you by Dan Woren. To Alice and Sylvie. Chapter 1. 6 times 7 is not 41. This is a book about how facts, truths, have lost their power to hold us together as a community, as a country, and globally. The diminishing belief in truths in favor of alternative facts, or even conspiracy theories, has massively eroded trust around the world, in institutions, in political leaders, in scientists, in doctors and other professional experts, even that word is suspect, and in our own ability to solve our community's problems. As a result, civil society is unraveling. If different people believe in different versions of the truth, there is no real truth shared by all. Truth shrivels away and dies, and what binds us together shrivels away too. Mistruths, invented reality, manipulation, distortion, and paranoia replace truth. Chaos replaces reason and civility. Power comes not through ideas debated civilly in democratic processes, but to those who generate the most distrust for their own purposes. This crisis is not inevitable or irreversible. There are a variety of specific practical steps outlined in Chapter 15 that we can take to reverse this devastating erosion of trust. But first, we have to confront its magnitude and understand how it happened. There has always been an instinct on the part of some people not to want to face facts, or at least to try to paper them over. I remember Parents' Visiting Day 30 years ago, when my daughter's grade school teacher answered, "I disagree," when a student said that 6 times 7 was 41. Yet even at this progressive school, most parents rolled their eyes. We all seem to agree that it's a fact, not an opinion, that 6 times 7 is not 41, just as we believe that the 1969 moon landing was not faked. Those who preferred alternative facts, or to demote facts to matters of opinion, were a relative few, and the issues they focused on were not nearly as abundant. That has changed. Newer myths, invented facts, and conspiracy theories have much greater followings, boosted, as we will see, by the amazing reach and power that social media and other technology now have to target and convince susceptible believers. We thought these were communications innovations that would bring the world together. Instead, we have seen them split us apart into an infinite collection of warring tribes with infinite fears and grievances. The decline of truth, the level of distrust in what should be accepted facts conveyed by what were once trusted sources of information, is unprecedented. For example, the October 2023 mass shooting in Lewiston, Maine, was not a false flag staged by pro-gun control groups. But less than 24 hours after the shooting, that false flag story began to spread widely on the Internet's array of conspiracy theory websites and on social media platforms. An October 26, 2023 article on the conspiracy website theburningplatform.com titled "Maine Manhunt: Back to the Staged False Flag Mass Shooting PSYOPs" blamed the shooting on the New World Order globalist cabal. On X, a post by a man who has 135,000 followers and who had paid X $8 a month to get a verified account with a check mark reported that the FBI just staged another shooting. All major shooters end up having connections to the FBI. The post got 96,900 views within 24 hours. The measles vaccine works and is safe. It does not cause autism, ADHD, or any other illness. That's a fact. But skepticism about this long-proven science now abounds. In the United States, as misinformation about the vaccine has proliferated online, measles vaccination rates have dropped, and measles outbreaks, unheard of for decades, have occurred in communities where that skepticism prevails. European countries have seen a similar trend. 5G cell technology doesn't cause cancer, nor did it cause COVID-19. But those twin myths, which were promoted beginning in 2019 by Russian disinformation operations because Russia was behind on the technology and wanted to discredit it, spread so virally that technicians in the UK working on phone lines were attacked by angry mobs. The riot at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, was not a false flag operation engineered by the FBI, but a poll conducted by the Washington Post in January 2024 found that 25% of Americans, including 34% of Republicans and 30% of independents, believe that that is probably or definitely true. Ukraine did not sell weapons donated by the United States to Hamas for it to use in its October 2023 attack on Israel. But users of X saw multiple versions of that false story promoted by people including the former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev, who posted that the weapons handed to the Nazi regime in Ukraine are now being actively used against Israel. And the U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who wrote, "We need to work with Israel to track serial numbers on any U.S. weapons used by Hamas against Israel. Did they come from Afghanistan? Did they come from Ukraine? Highly likely, the answer is both." Her post was then quoted by the Russian state news agency RIA Novosti in an article titled, "The U.S. Congress said that Kiev could have armed Hamas to attack Israel." The deceased Venezuelan dictator Hugo Chavez did not engineer Joe Biden's election, nor was the election rigged in any other way. Yet as of 2023, 29% of Americans believed the election was stolen from Donald Trump, including 61% of Republicans. And 66% of those who voted in the January 2024 Republican caucus in Iowa did not believe Biden won the election legitimately. For them, the vote tallies, certified by Democratic and Republican election officials and civil servants, are a matter of opinion. COVID vaccines work and are safe, as the real data from all reputable sources proves. Yet in the United States in 2023, 36% of all Americans and 60% of all Republicans didn't believe that the benefits outweighed the supposed risks. As a result, vaccination rates were lower, and COVID-related deaths per capita were higher in states that Donald Trump won in 2020. As hard as it is to believe, vaccines of all kinds are now a political issue, another matter of opinion. Barilla pasta was not withdrawn from the market in Italy because it was found to be infested by insects. Nonetheless, a video promoting those claims enjoyed more than 1 million views on TikTok in 2023, prompting a social media campaign to boycott the popular pasta. The embarrassing material found on Hunter Biden's laptop was real and not planted by the Russians. Yet a 2023 poll found that 41% of Americans, including 59% of Democrats, believe it was not real and was Russian disinformation. The April 2022 presidential elections in France were not rigged, but in the month prior to the election, 14% of surveyed French voters believed the election would be illegitimate, while another 31% were unsure whether the official results could be trusted. President Donald Trump and his Postmaster General did not concoct a plot to remove mailboxes from the streets in swing states just before the 2020 election, in order to suppress.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?